That tush push play is a blight on the league.
The play sucks. The play is uninteresting. It is an uninteresting play. It just is.
Tush push, pro or against?
Oh, I'm against it.
It's bad for the sport. It should not be allowed.
He needs some milk.
But wait, there's more.
Like we're talking about, that can lead to serious injury. And I think being responsible and proactive in that regard is the right way to go.
Haram.
Can you guys believe the nerve of this dingleberry to want to ban the tush push for the player's safety when he ran it more than 30 NFL teams did in the 2024 season? To me, this sounds like sour grapes because somebody wasn't successful running this play in the AFC Championship. And to be honest, if you watch that game, he kept running it the same exact way over and over and over again and just getting stop. So to me, this sounds like sour grapes against a team that just won the Super Bowl in dominant fashion, running the play that they invented better than anyone else. This same team also fired this guy as the defensive coordinator under Andy Reid. And yes, I will admit he was a scapegoat in that because the defense wasn't very good. But it sounds like he's a little bit bitter against the team that fired him and then showed him up in the 2024 season by successfully executing the tush push against Kansas City Chiefs and winning the Super Bowl.
Now let's look at Buffalo's, which went 2 for 6 if you count 2-point conversions. It's a 6'7" quarterback who jumps into the air, making himself a piñata.
So when you go 2 for 6 on the tush push, obviously they're ready to throw in the towel. They're ready to give up. 2 for 6, not very successful.
Half the time it looks like he wants to pitch it back. 30% of the time he's close to fumbling. It looks disorganized.
It did look disorganized. It was a complete, total disaster. They looked like they didn't know what to do.
It looks ad-libbed. 6'7" quarterbacks holding the ball in the air, leaping over the top.
So the point is this has nothing to do with player safety. This is about somebody being bitter that they made such a mess of the play while the other team executed it to perfection and won the Super Bowl. But fortunately, there are some reasonable people still left.
For me, from an offense and defensive perspective, look, we're going to eliminate short yardage plays. We're going to eliminate goal line plays.
Come on,
to me, I don't think it's the same thing, when you look at it that way.
But look, there's also people who claim that it should be banned because it's a boring play. But let's be real. Only a handful of teams run the play. And only one team is completely dominant running the play, meaning most teams fail often running this play. And then if you're going to say this play is boring, is it any more boring than the traditional quarterback sneak? Are you going to ban that play too? In fact, there's a lot of boring plays in the NFL, but it's not about one play that makes a game exciting. It's about all of them.
I don't see the reason to ban it. I think it's an awesome play, and obviously the Eagles, are the example for it in every way possible.
The funny thing is who was crying about it when the New England Patriots were doing this play? Who was crying? We didn't see people cry that Tom Brady was doing it.
I saw it's Trump 2016. Somebody said mother, father.
And Tom Brady was pretty much unstoppable doing this play as well. And look, and right in this picture here, you see him being pushed from behind. So this is more than just banning this play because it's not safe, it's not entertaining. This is because there's a bias and a hatred for the Eagles. And it also has to do with the fact that Jalen Hurts is proving all his doubters wrong. He is an elite quarterback, and people think that if they take away the tush push play, that somehow this will stop Jalen Hurts from being successful. So we also know that the NFL has decided to table the tush push until May, where they are likely to ban the play. Let's be honest, the tush push will be banned. But just because you ban the tush push doesn't mean you're going to stop the tush push. The tush push will still just result in a quarterback sneak. And if you watch the tush push, as an Eagles fan, I watch it every single time. It's not the push from behind that gets the first down. It's the push from the offensive line and the quarterback. And they're going to still be successful. As we know, the Eagles have been successful with the quarterback sneak. With Jalen Hurts, even when they had Carson Wentz, they were unstoppable with the quarterback sneak. And this is because they have a Hall of Fame caliber offensive line. And they have had, that's why they've been to 3 Super Bowls in 7 years and won 2 of them. So people are missing the boat. They think that somehow if you ban the tush push, that you are going to stop the Eagles from being successful. And that's just not true. The bottom line is, I am not scared that they're going to ban the tush push and all of a sudden the Eagles' success is going to stop. No, not at all. In fact, I don't think it's going to do anything but make the Eagles more powerful. What did Ben Kenobi say? Strike me down and I will become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
It's the same way with the tush push. When the Eagles are stopped, they're going to still be successful with the tush push, or with the quarterback sneak. So the bottom line is this, guys. You can't stop the Eagles. Banning a play is only going to make them more powerful. It's only going to make them impossible to beat.
The teams have tried to do this. They can't do it. It's this team. They're special.
And this is getting to the heart of why they want to ban it so bad.
It's an offensive line, like I told you a lot at the end of the year, that would rival any great offensive line in the history of football.
Now let's hear what Jeffrey Lurie has to say on this matter.
And typically one of the great things about professional football is that defenses adjust to offenses and offenses adjust to defense.
This is exactly right. I mean, this is what sports is all about. The offense adjusts to the defense adjusts to the offense. You find a way to win the battles and figure a strategy that works.
Every year. When we won the Super Bowl a few years ago, we really banked on the RPOs.
And remember, guys, those RPOs were very effective.
It didn't take long for defenses to adapt to the RPOs, and if you notice, we weren't as successful, and we stopped using it nearly as much.
And exactly, guys, so we stopped using them because they were no longer effective. So basically, the defenses around the NFL figured a way to stop it or to make it less effective. And that's what needs to happen with the tush push. There has to be a natural progression to where defenses figure it out and they stop it naturally, not by going to mommy and crying for a rule change.
Don't ever remember a play being banned because a single team or a few teams were running it effectively.
Exactly. This is unheard of in the NFL, where they're going to ban a team from running a certain play because everybody else can't stop it and they can't replicate it to the same success rate.
I think most of us love about football is it's a chess match. Let the chess match play out.
Jackson can't run ever. Patrick Mahomes can't throw sidearm passes. Teams develop things that work. It's incumbent on the other teams out there to counter those.
But they don't want to counter it. They don't want to work to stop it. They don't want to adjust or draft better players who are more capable of stopping it. They don't want to put in the work.
Remember when the read option and the Wildcat was all like,
Exactly.
I remember like 2013.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that, the Chip Kelly era.
Right.
Everybody was in a tizzy. How do we stop this play? It's changing football. It's hurting football. Nobody can stop it. And then they finally came up with a way to stop it, and that was that.
Yeah.
Exactly. They stopped it, and teams stopped doing it. And that's what they need to do with the tush push. You need to find a way to stop it. If you stop it and it becomes less effective, the Eagles will stop running it, just like they did with the RPOs.
The concern that it doesn't look like football.
Now, this is one that gets me. It's like, this play doesn't look right, so we're going to ban it.
Literally, football was invented with this kind of stuff. I mean, we're going to take away trick plays too, because some of them don't look like football.
And tell me, how does that not look like football, but the quarterback sneak that the Patriots ran for 20 years, how does that look like football?
Like literally 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That's literally back in the day, these type of plays, mosh pit, power, physical, up the middle.
Exactly. It is literally what football's all about. Force against force. Boom.
It's the essence of football.
I couldn't say it better myself. It's the essence of football. That's what it's all about. I got to give it to Chris Sims. He has nailed this one. Pro Football Talk has done an excellent job.
There's no injury data. One team is doing it awesome, and it's on the league to figure out how to stop that.
Exactly. They need to figure out how to stop it, and they can't just go to the league commissioner and cry and hope that he bans it.
That right now, it feels like it's a bunch of teams that are just mad one team does it great.
It doesn't just feel that way. That's exactly what is happening.
Potentially warping the entire system against one team, and it's going to bug people.
And it bugs me, and it doesn't bug me because I'm an Eagles fan. It bugs me because I'm a football fan. And to do this, it's weak-minded. It's like a petty reason to change the rules. It's not about player safety. It's not about the play is a boring play. There's a lot of boring plays in football. This is about something far more sinister. This is about the bias and hatred of one team.
Just the fact that there's a capacity there for enough teams to rise up and take away what one team is doing well.
It's bad for the NFL. It's bad for football. It's bad for the spirit of competition.
That introduces a dynamic to the sport that is toxic to it.
Well said, yeah.
And that is my ultimate problem with it, is it's toxic to the sport. It's toxic to the NFL. And we cannot allow this kind of weak-minded thinking affect the National Football League.
Because that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so.
That we're seeing health and safety used as a sword against something that some people don't like.
And that's why I despise somebody like Sean McDermott using the injury concern as an excuse to ban it.
Goose. And this is the kind of bullshit that can threaten the golden goose once people figure out what they're doing here.
You know, the guys from Pro Football Talk, Chris Sims, really had some excellent points on the tush push. And I concur 100% with what they're saying. This is not about injuries. This is not about a play being boring. This is about being jealous, envious, hating the team that's unstoppable. This is about crying to mommy to change the rules because the big bully on the football field is kicking your ass. He's kicking your ass, and you can't stop him. So you cry to mommy, tell mommy that the game should only be two-hand touch because those guys are too big and strong for you to stop. And then what happens? You go to two-hand touch, and they're still going to, when they touch you, they're going to push and shove you, and you're still going to fall on your ass, and they're still going to kick your candy asses. So the thing is, you have to understand that the Eagles are going to remain elite. They're going to win multiple Super Bowls because the tush push isn't the reason they're successful. It's not. They don't even need to do the tush push. They can just do quarterback sneaks, and they're going to be successful. So I really want people to understand this fact. Now, why does it bother me that people around the league want to ban this play? It bothers me because it's bad for the NFL. It's bad for football to ban a play because you don't like the team running it. You don't like the quarterback running it. You're jealous that you can't stop it and you can't replicate it to the level of success that the Eagles have done. And you're missing the point. When you go down this route of going to the league, crying to mommy every time something doesn't go your way, that's the kind of decision making that destroys a sport, that makes a product less valuable, less entertaining. You know, we've already seen this with Buffalo, and it's no surprise that it's Buffalo. Buffalo may be some of the biggest crybabies in the NFL right now. I mean, we look at the overtime rule change that happened because of Josh Allen, right? They cried. And did it help Josh Allen after they changed the rules? No. And now they want to change the rules again. So it's not good because it doesn't matter. You have to learn to become winners. And you win by embracing the challenge of stopping the tush push, learning how to stop it, learning how to prevent it, learning how to overcome it, and learning how to replicate it if you want to do that. But they can't. They're looking for the easy way out. And every time there's a problem in the NFL, every time something doesn't go your ways, you're going to have a bunch of crybabies like Sean McDermott and the Green Bay Packers trying to change the rules. And if you go down this route, it's going to ruin the product. The NFL has a great product. They don't need to change the rules. They don't need to give in to these crybabies. In fact, we need to get these crybabies out of the sport. Sean McDermott should not be coaching. He should have won a championship with that team and with that quarterback. Josh Allen's a great quarterback. He should have won, but he failed. And now he's taking it on the team that had fired him in the past as defensive coordinator. He thinks somehow this is going to help his legacy. No. And don't tell me it's for player safety when you ran it the second most out of all NFL teams. It's just a lie. And I hate that they think people are stupid and they just want to lie. They're just going to tell you it's for player safety with no evidence to back it up. No evidence. Now look, you might be a player or a fan who hates this play. You might not like the play. That's fine. But to cry to mommy to change the rules is a bunch of crap. You know, as Eagles fans, we had to watch, growing up as an Eagle fan, I had to watch the Redskins win multiple Super Bowls. I had to watch the Cowboys win multiple Super Bowls. I had to watch the Giants win multiple Super Bowls. And I had to hear their obnoxious fans talk shit my whole childhood, the whole time I grew up. And the thing is we never wanted to, go cry to the refs, to the league, change the rules, this isn't fair, that's not fair. No, we took it like men as Eagles fans, and we dealt with it. And now it's our turn. Now it's our turn where we have the dynasty. We're building something special. And, you see this kind of reaction from people around the league, because let's face it, people don't like Philadelphia, and they don't like Jalen Hurts, because they were wrong about Jalen Hurts, and they remain wrong. And by the end of Jalen Hurts' career, he will be a Hall of Famer, and they're all going to be wrong. I promise you, Jalen Hurts is going to prove everybody wrong. Everybody wrong. And you're going to see after his second Super Bowl victory, that's when people are going to have to change their tune a little bit. But I'm getting diverted. The bottom line is this. You can ban the tush push, but you can't stop the Eagles. You cannot stop the Eagles. So the bottom line, guys, I just want you to know this, that this is not going to slow down the Eagles. This is not even why I'm not scared of that at all. As an Eagles fan, I know that the Eagles are the most innovative NFL team in the league right now. The best GM, the best owner, one of the best top 5 quarterbacks, the best offensive line coach, one of the best defensive coordinators. This team ain't going anywhere. They're young, they're mean, and they're going to come and they're going to kick your asses. You could change the rules all you want. They have more talent than you. They're better ran than you. They're going to win. And the bottom line is, banning the tush push will do zero to affect the success of the Philadelphia Eagles going forward. Zero. In fact, actually, the Eagles are better at doing just a straight Q quarterback sneak than they are the tush push. They're more accurate at doing that. So it's not going to matter. But to me, again, it's just the spirit of competition. It's what sports is about. That's why I do not like the fact that these people want to ban the tush push. Because the bottom line is this. If you allow weak, pathetic losers to cry to the commissioner every time somebody beats them up on the football field, to change the rules like we've seen with Buffalo, and now what that Green Bay is trying to do, if you allow this to happen, you're setting a bad precedent that's going to hurt the NFL product for years. And I'm telling you, it's just going to open a can of worms that we do not want to get into. And I hope that people can see that. I hope desperately that they fail in this. But I think the commissioner's in on it, obviously. I think there's going to be some shenanigans, and they're going to ban the tush push. It's not going to hurt the Eagles, but in the end of the day, it's going to hurt the NFL product. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.